Radio you won't hear anywhere else. Play 2 UK. Your portal to the gaming world is now open. News, views and reviews from inside the industry with Elmo and the team. Play Talk UK. Joypod.
Don't know what happened then. There's a little
that
bit
was
of a
slick.
Well, that wasn't my fault, so shut up.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, it's time for Joypod. My name is David Elmo Turners.
My name is Michael Fox.
And today,
good evening.
And today we're going to be talking about video games for a whole goddamn hour. Damn it.
Well, 58 minutes odd. I'm being picky.
How you doing, Michael? You alright?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. How you doing?
Yeah, not bad.
Excellent. I'm not in the studio this week, am I?
No,
I'm back
not.
at the luxury Joypod mansion in Buckinghamshire.
Jesus, because you stink. You actually stank last week. It was disgusting. And it's quite a closed set here. And Michael stank. Right, what have we got coming up in today's show? Well, we've got many, I think. It's going to be an action-packed show today. We've got things to talk about.
Are you sure? Action-packed?
Yeah. You know why? You know why I'm sort of building up this show?
Go on.
Johnny Turner's back in town. My dad is going to be reviewing stuff again. Oh, mate, it's going to be quality. And we've got topics, so let's get those out of the way. Today I want to know your gaming-related injuries. Have you ever injured yourself from video gaming? And I'm not talking about sexual injuring over, say, Lara Croft or whatever. I'm talking about, throwing a pad and it's bounced back and taken an eye out, or electrocuted yourself on a wire or something. So give us a call on that. And Michael, what's your topic?
Well, mine's sort of inspired by this week's, by the BAFTA Video Game Awards that happened earlier in the week. I'd like to present for you the JAFTAs, the Joypod Academy for the Arts. And we're going to go through, I've got a couple of categories, and if you'd like to nominate some games for those, fantastic. If you would like to nominate your own categories, brilliant. Firstly, I want to celebrate the worst, though. I'm looking for the worst games of the last couple of years, or of all time. I'd also like to go for a more specific one to kick off with. The worst voiceover or use of human voice in any video game.
Human voice in a video game?
Human voice. Not robot voice. Not animal voice. Human voice.
So what have you got there? So you've got to give an example.
I'm going to kick off with, right, this is a pretty easy one. It's pretty much a given. But did you have a Mega Drive when you were younger?
Hold on, wait. The BAFTAs and the gaming BAFTAs over the past year. The JAFTAs. Yeah, they're meant to be for the past year, but there were games from 2007 it nominated in there, and one Super Mario Galaxy. It's a year. There's a year sort of bracket, and then
no, because they didn't have one last year, so they let games in from the previous year.
Okay. So we allow the Mega Drive then, shall we?
We go into history.
Right, go on then.
Okay, so I'm going to go for, on the Mega Drive, Altered Beast, because it was crap. When you started the game, it came up, and it was meant to say, rise from your grave, yeah? Instead it was, wise from your grave. And it was just like, what the hell? Come on, put a bit more effort in it, guys. That's atrocious.
Could come across
so that's my start-off nomination. If you've got one of even crappier voiceover stuff, or just really, really annoying stuff from newer, really, really annoying voiceover from later games, I'd like to hear about it.
And also, if you want to, create an award and just make up an award and then give it to a game, you're free to do that as well. And the way you can do that is by giving us a call on 01243 55 60 60. You can Skype us in, play.radio.uk, or you can send us an email, studio@playradiouk.com.
And also, as I'm in the luxury mansion, you can also Twitter us. You can do @IdleMichael. And I'm checking things as we speak. And we've got a few nominations coming in already, which is good. Thank you very much. We shall kick on those in a minute.
Turners. Okay, so what have you been playing this week, Michael? I know everyone wants to know.
Well, obviously, yes. I've been practicing Street Fighter 4 even more. I'm branching out into a couple of new characters, but I still haven't grown the balls to actually go online and try anything yet.
Really? Have you not tried it online yet?
Well, apart from against you and Johnson,
yeah.
the 3-1 victory last week, I'm still not feeling confident about it because I know I'm just going to get my arse handed.
You're like one of those people that stand on the side of an ice rink, aren't you?
Yeah.
Just sitting there going, wet myself.
I'll fall over and my fingers will be chopped off by a rogue child.
That really
no, like, seriously, that's a real, like, irrational fear that I have. And I can't go on ice rinks. I don't want to fall over and get my fingers chopped off.
That's a really good point as well. Didn't you hate it, like, when you're in an ice rink? Because I can't skate. When you're in an ice rink and that, and you're stumbling all over the place, and then there's this 4-year-old kid doing it backwards and flips and shit,
pirouettes and all that sort of stuff. It's just like, oh, come on, stop rubbing my face in it. That's just rude.
It's the same with Street Fighter as well, because, like, you're thinking, oh, God, I'm not really any good at this game. Then you look over and there's a 4-year-old going, KO, super move. I don't know, he's probably saying that because that's not in the, okay. So.
No, it's not. Right, okay, random side story. When I was, I went to Japan a few years ago, he said, showing off, and went to one of the arcades in Akihabara, and it's got those, you know, the Versus cabinets? So there's like,
do you know what? I've not seen them, but I've heard they're very nice.
They're wicked. So you sit down on one side, and you've got like the screen in front of you, and then on the other side, linked up, there is basically the mirror image, and it's the same game. So it's like so you can like fight
against somebody.
So it's
like your alter ego playing you. That is
no, it's not like, you know, Dark Superman out of Superman 1 or whatever, or 2. I can't remember.
Again, could come across as racist.
But well, yeah, a little bit. But basically, I was in there and I was playing away, and you know, hello, I'm the foreigner, I'm the guys and whatever, and I'm just playing away, and I'm being pretty rubbish, and I'm just versus against, you know, mystery opponent who has sit down to play against me, and after a little while, I'm getting my arse handed to me as usual. I have a quick look around, see who it is. And this kid is about 10. So it's just like,
so you cuddled him, you gave him a big cuddle, and you run out of the arcade with him under one arm. We all know the story. So is that all you've been playing then, or have you been hitting it?
No, actually. On the DS, a bit of Peggle, which we've been having a little bit of a Twittery type thing about.
Yeah, I tried Peggle. On the, what's it called? The Xbox Live. I've only downloaded the trial, but God, that game's good, right? I mean,
it's man,
awesome, awesome. But then, see, a lot of people tweeted me after I mentioned that I'd played it. David Turner's all one word. And they said that the DS version is rather poor.
Now, see, I kind of disagree, because I think the DS version is very, very good. I've played the demo of the Xbox Live version, and I agree, it's superb. It's absolutely excellent.
Yeah.
Possibly not as good, again, as the PC and Mac version, but that's pretty much.
How much is it on PC and Mac? Do you know?
You can download it off of Steam for, I think, the bargain price of about £1.40 at the moment.
I might do that then.
It's a bargain, man. Seriously, I would seriously consider it. It's what, $800 moon on.
Don't make stuff up.
Live at the minute. It's quite, you know, 800 Microsoft points or whatever. I prefer to call them moon dollars. It sounds a bit more serious.
It's because you're mental.
And, there's, you know, it's great on the Xbox. Yeah. I think it's really good on the DS. I spent about 3 hours solid playing it. What was it, about 3 nights ago? Jesus Christ, it's good. I love it. I'm a whore for it. So I'm liking that.
It does make you feel a little bit camp though, with all the rainbows and the unicorns and all that. It's
possibly the gayest game in all of the world at the moment. It's got a purple unicorn in it. Brilliant.
I've been trying to get in touch with my gay side for quite some time now, so I might have to pick that one up. Okay.
You're a very metrosexual man. You've been playing anything else anyway.
Metrosexual. I'm a bloody bloke. I love football. I love all that. Love the women.
Love the women.
So, get a goal. Come on, let's go
on the football.
I'll beat him up. He's got glasses on.
I ain't going in that studio again.
You have got glasses on, haven't you?
I have got glasses on.
Peggle,
suit randomly. Why am I still wearing my suit?
You're not wearing a suit.
I am wearing a suit.
You must look terrible in a suit.
I do. I look
Is it
like
all fitted? Is it like a cheap suit?
No, it's actually a very expensive suit, but I do look like I'm going to court.
Very expensive suit. I don't believe that for a second. Yeah, that's a problem I've got. Every time I put on a suit or try and dress smart, I look like I'm on trial.
You look like you should be going to prison.
Exactly. Yeah, so I play Willman.
Oh, okay, so that's the demo that's down on 360 and PSN at the moment.
It is, yeah. I'm trying to get a full copy, but no one's replying.
What's it like? When's it out?
It's interesting. It's out in 2-3 weeks, something like that. I haven't got the details in front of me, but it's it's good, you know. I really enjoyed it. It's mindless. There's no sort of real, you know, hardcore skill involved. There's no, there's no pressure while you're playing it, and it feels mindless. It feels like Crazy Taxi with like a point to it. Do you know what I mean? And
okay,
it's I'm going to say it's ruddy brilliant.
I've got to say I'm quite a fan of the Crazy Taxi. I fired up my Dreamcast at the weekend.
Did you
and
really?
I was playing on that. That's excellent. I completely forgot how to do all of like crazy.
That's great. So anyway, with Willman, there's you know, do you know about this whole Vin Diesel thing and why he's such a phenomenon?
A phenomenon. Why is he a phenomenon?
No, but like I don't understand. It's like what was he in? What was he in that sort of rocketed him to fame? I know he was in that one where
Triple X, I imagine.
I knew he was in one where he had to not be in the dark or something.
That was Pitch Black.
Yeah. Now, we watched that in my media class ages ago, but has he done anything since? Like, what? I don't understand why he's like... And I don't understand how he's got into video gaming and all of a sudden the games have to feature him in every way. It's mental.
Oh, dude. The Fast and the Furious, he was in that as well. And he was excellent in that.
But then I take back everything I said, because that film's a masterpiece.
That's an excellent film. It's up there with Craig.
It's awful. The Fast and Furious. Are you kidding, Michael?
I know. It's just, come on, that's really just leave your brain at the door. Man, right. Speaking of the Fast and Furious, have you played the arcade game?
There's an arcade game? No.
There is an arcade game of the Fast and Furious, and it's absolute crap.
I'm surprised. Jesus. The only other game I've been playing at the moment is Word Foo on the iPhone.
On the iPhone.
Have you played it?
No, I haven't. Tell me about it.
Right,
I
okay.
like words and I like foo.
I'll be honest, I jumped on the bandwagon after John Davison, friend of the show, we'll call him that, after he was banging on about it on 1UP. And what it is, it's like Boggle, but it removes all the rules from Boggle, which opens the game up a lot more. So, you know, you play Boggle, right?
Yeah.
So
you've got to go around, you know, you can either go up or down.
That's right. You sort of shake die, and then you sort of link them together, but they've got to be next to each other, and you can't reuse letters and all that. Basically, chuck all those rules out, and then you've got word foo. So you basically just click the letters that you want. They don't have to be in any order, and make as many words as you can. And there's not a free letter limit either, so you can have at and to and stuff like that. And then the further you get into the game, the more multiplayers you get, then like there'll be one where you can flick one of the die to bring up another letter. And it's one of the most addictive games I think I've ever played.
How much is it then?
It's like £1.16, something like that.
This is the day for cheap games. You've got Peggle on the PC and the Mac for like £1.30 odd, £1.40. You've got Word Foo on the iPhone for buttons.
And it's totally worth it, like totally worth it. It's so good. I've been really, really impressed with it. Like it's just, you know, constant game. Like it's like one more go factor, you know, where like I was sitting on the bog the other day and I thought, I'll have a 3-minute poo here. It turned out to be about 20 minutes, you know what I mean? Just sitting there. Joe's knocking on the door. What are you doing? Just, I'm playing bloody Peggle.
Have you pooped out everything?
Not quite yet. Joe, how do you spell winner? Yeah, stuff like that.
That's a horrible, horrible image you've put in my head. You horrible, horrible man.
I'm sorry, you've put more than enough bad images in my head. So you know, it's been quite a quiet period in gaming as in terms of like the new big titles that are coming out. Saying that, Resident Evil 5's out tomorrow.
Yes, it is. A few people have got their copies already, and there's good reports coming through and there's bad reports coming through. The usual complaints about Resident Evil seem to be kicking in, which is like there's not enough spaces for inventory items or that sort of thing. I'm not sure. I'm going to wait a couple of weeks for it until it gets a bit cheaper, to be honest, because well, we've discussed it before. I didn't like the demo that much. Yeah,
I didn't really get on with the demo. I found the whole thing a little bit boring. Okay, let's turn to the emails for a second. We've got a couple of emails on the topics that we've thrown out. I think that's the first.
What?
Someone replying to a topic. The first one's about gaming-related injuries. This one's from JCA Farley. Hello, JCA Farley. He says, okay, so this wasn't actually me, but a friend of mine had a horrible game-related injury. He was playing some game on the Saturn, and got so frustrated that he ejected the disc and then snapped it in half. Unfortunately, as he snapped it, the sharp pieces of plastic flew straight into his eye.
Oh!
Wow. He was okay in the end after a trip to casualty. That is bad.
Oh, God, that's horrible.
Farley, just out of interest, sheer curiosity, do you know what the game was? Email us back. I really want to know that. Or call us in, damn it. I want to hear your voice. The phone number's 01243 55 60 60. In about 5 minutes, we're going to be taking everybody's calls on the matter. Are you ready for that, Michael?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm still a bit icked out by that shards of CD in your eye. Right, did anything inspire this topic of yours, this game-related injury?
No, well, actually...
Have you ever had one?
Yeah. Well, I used to play a lot of Mario Party on the N64 when it first came out.
Yeah.
And, I was chatting to a friend about it and how brilliant the game was at the time, and now that they've completely ruined it by milking the whole concept. Well, there was a game, a mini-game on there. You had to buy this Shy Guy, which is a character in the Mario world. If you don't know that, bloody switch off now.
He's shy.
What you had to do was wind up the Shy Guy, and how you did it was you held the N64 pad in your hand, and you had to spin the analog stick around, right?
Okay, yeah.
So the best way of doing it is placing the analog stick in the palm of your hand, the centre of your hand, and then swiveling it around as fast as you could, right? Okay. And then you had 2 minutes to wind it up as far as you could, and then it would fly around, and the further it flew around, the longer it, the more points you got, whatever.
Yeah.
And I played that over and over again, and because the stick was so rigid and horrible, it created this horrible skin loss right in the centre of the palm of my hand, which made certain activities really hard to do. It just hurt so bad. And it was funny because, I was in a group of friends that were all playing this game at the same time, and you'd be walking into school and everyone would hold their hands out, and you'd just see this horrible black scab in the centre of their hands, and it's all because of this wretched game. But
just lots of children walking around with Logan's Run style big glowing things in the middle of the palms of their hand. There's something for the target audience.
Oh, we've had a reply here from James Farley. He says, "Hey, right. I can't call in. I'm out tonight and listening and emailing in secretly. Well, what is he, as a ninja? I honestly can't remember what the game was. I'll have to ask him next time I speak to him." Oh, cheers, Farley, brilliant. That sort of adds to the fact that I think might be a lie. That might be a lie. So, have you had a gaming injury, Michael?
I haven't. I can't have any. Well, I don't have any that spring to mind, but I have caused a gaming-related injury when I was about 11.
Do pretend.
Yeah, a school friend of mine who after this wasn't much of a friend. Me and him were having a bit of a fight, and I hit him over the head with a Commodore 64.
You are a horrible child.
I was a bastard.
What a horrible child.
He was being a dick. We were playing Bruce Lee, and, I want another go, so I picked it up and hit him on the head with it.
Hit him on the head with it, Michael?
Well, and Commodore 64 was pretty sturdy as well, so...
The irony being that you grew up with a very odd-shaped head.
I know. It's not an irony that's lost on me, to be honest.
I've had a Skype message in from Oliver. He says, regarding Elmo's skin loss, my mate had a similar scars from Athens Olympics. I think it's those sort of games that cause these sort of injuries. Do you know what I mean? Where you have to bash the buttons as hard as you can or wiggle the sticks as hard as you can. I think they're the worst ones. Either that or FIFA, when you're playing FIFA or a football game where it's just literally the other person trying to punch you in the face because you've scored in the last minute. Where you thought you'd scored a injury time equaliser when you clearly didn't, and then punches punches go mental. I've had another Skype message in saying it's actually Adam, right? This is from it's actually Adam. It says, "What's your PSN name?" Feel free to add me on the PlayStation Network. My name is Drunken_Elmo, I think. Feel free to add me. Michael, do you want to plug your little...
I'm only on Xbox Live at the minute, and you can add me at Sumimasen, which I have to spell, so it's SUMIMASEN. There you go.
Are you planning to actually join the PlayStation Revolution?
Give me a couple of months. Let me get a bit of money together. Or unless somebody at Sony's really, really kind and decides to send us one.
Well, tell you what, I'll give you...
that's going to happen.
Tell you what, I'll give you a couple of minutes. We'll go to the news and we'll catch you on the flip side, brother. All right?
Laters.
Now, live across the UK, the national and international news update.
The widow of the police officer shot dead in County Armagh says she can't understand the mindset of those responsible for killing her husband. Kate Carroll says Stephen was her life and feels she doesn't have a future at this stage. The disgraced financier Bernard Madoff says he's deeply ashamed after pleading guilty to a $50 billion fraud. Prosecutors in the US say that he'll see a maximum 150-year jail term. The inquiry into the death of Baby P has criticised councils across the country for failing to do enough to protect children. And Inter Milan are denying allegations their coach Jose Mourinho assaulted a fan. Police are investigating a complaint from a supporter that he'd been punched after Manchester United's Champions League match against the Italians last night.
UK weather.
Showers across Scotland will die away during Thursday evening, leaving a dry and chilly night across northern and eastern parts of the United Kingdom. Further south and west, it will be milder with patchy light rain and drizzle edging northeastwards. Looking on to tomorrow, outbreaks of chiefly light rain will spread northeastwards across Northern Ireland, Scotland and Northern England. Further south, a few spots of light rain here and there, but most places dry.
PlayRadioUK.com, part of the Something Corporation.
Once upon a time, in a magical land called the Internet, there lived an MP3 player. Now, this poor little MP3 player was cursed many years ago by the wicked witch of the airwaves to only ever play one song. But like any curse of old, there is always a legal loophole, and this curse was no different, and could be lifted after the kiss of a noble prince. And look, what's this on the horizon? Why, it's the Play Radio Prince. Oh, forget all of that poppycock. For straight talking without the frills, check out Play Talk from Play Radio. Go to playradiouk.com/podcast.
Catherine Cat slips into something comfortable and settles onto her favourite crimson throne. A serious devotee of the most sensual things in life, Madame Cat is our art critic, a connoisseur of opera, theatre, fine paintings and literature. She's also a professional dominatrix and bon vivant, a lover of life and culture and of love itself. She is a must-listen every Monday on Play 2 at 9 o'clock or playradiouk.com/podcast.
Hello, this is Mick Brown. Join me from 10 o'clock every weekday morning for the Premier League of Music. I've got the ultimate selection as we revisit a classic chart at 11. Take a trip to the vinyl frontier for a song you might have bought on a single or long player. Feature one of the world's top acts in a double play and head off to Detroit Motor City at high noon for mixed midday Motown. Add to that the Friday floor fillers and there you have a monster morning of music. Join me, Mick Brown, right here, Monday to Friday from 10.
Mick Brown, weekday mornings from 10. Play 2 UK. Play Talk UK. Joypod.
Told you, man. I'm like some sort of god genius. Right, well, okay. We're going to be talking about your gaming injuries. And have you got a award that you would like to give a game? It could be about anything. You can make up the name of the award or whatever you want. Give us a call. We're on 01243 55 60 60 and Skype us. play.radio.uk. We want to hear from you now, goddammit. And
don't forget, of course, he said butting in. You can email us as well, studio@play radiouk.com.
But I think there's only one
Twitter.
thing. So, sign up for your Twitter. Stop. Oh, add me.
I've got some people messaging me. JCA Farley says that, he doesn't like you very much.
I don't like JCA Farley very much.
Oh, there you go.
Right.
We've got a couple of nominations. Worst game on a current format from Mr. Hendo. He says, Cheggers Party Quiz on the Wii.
Checkers plays pop. We've all seen it.
More fool himself because he spent 30 quid of his own money on it.
We've all seen this little fella. Before we go over to find out what my dad thinks about Street Fighter 4, let's see who's on the phone. Hello on the phones.
Oh, hoi, Elmo, it's Gary from Catford.
Hello, Gary from Catford.
Hello.
Good evening.
How's it going, my friend?
It's going very, very well.
Is it because of us?
Well, mostly, yeah. Actually.
Good.
You've lightened my mood and made me slightly horny.
What can we do for you, Gary?
Well, I've got two things. One funny and one slightly serious. The injury. The playing games.
Now, is this the funny or serious
one?
This
is the funny.
Good. Loving it.
I actually developed a wrist problem, Betty, playing sensible soccer with a rather bad old joystick on my Amiga. So much so that I actually had to wear some sort of wrist support for a while.
And do you know what's worse? Is that, what did you tell people? Were you at school at the time?
No, I was working, and I did have to kind of explain. No, it was a gaming related injury.
Yeah, but that's worse. I'd say, I come off with my bike while I was high on drugs and sleeping with hookers. No, that would have been cool.
Okay, yeah.
That would have been fine. What else you got for us?
Well, the kind of serious thing, and I read this afternoon, and I wonder what your esteemed gentleman on the skirt would think of this. I read that the German boy who unfortunately went a bit wacko with a machine gun a couple of days ago. They're saying they're putting a lot of the blame on violent computer games.
Yes.
Now, this is a kind of like an easy target. This is like, when they used to blame Marilyn Manson for being the devil and, music and things. They've now moved on to I'm sure somebody's going to blame a shooting on Twitter quite soon. It seems quite easy to say, he played violent computer games, therefore he obviously thought about buying a gun and shooting his school up.
Do you know
like tosh.
Do you know how old the guy was?
I don't, if I'm honest, but I can imagine he's somewhere between 14 to 17, isn't he? Well,
no, if you want to talk seriously about it, because, I do sort of read up on this sort of stuff, and I do kind of find it embarrassing, and it's poor journalism, in my opinion. It's lazy.
I'm inclined to agree.
It is just lazy. I mean, I'm sure that everyone that's been into a school and committed such horrible crimes all had sinks. Do you know what I mean? It's the sinks that made them.
It's finding a common denominator that they can pick on.
Yeah, it's such bollocks, right?
They all eat cereal. Yeah, exactly.
And I'll be honest, right? Is that yes, there are some violent video games out there, but we're really as a hardcore gamer, I can openly say myself that I want for these games to be regulated in the proper way. I don't want to see if I was to ever have a kid. God help the world. I'm not going to stick him in front of Grand Theft Auto at the age of 4 and say wicked. It's just not how it goes. I think people just have the wrong opinion of the video game scene because they don't know it. And I honestly think that we're going to get these sort of reports until the older generation just die out. The people that don't understand this sort of meaning.
Yeah, it's the people that don't realise that there are such things as 18 certificates on games these days.
I know.
And the shops do have a responsibility, like they do with DVDs, to verify that they are selling an 18 game to an 18-year-old.
I know, and there's
This is.
Sorry, Michael.
Go on, sorry, mate. I apologise for interrupting.
No, there's it's quite interesting to see Fox News take on things because their coverage of all video games are bad is literally embarrassing because it's taking away their sort of audience. I'll tell you that for now because video games are just getting bigger and bigger, and they'll say something like, "Oh, isn't it horrible how these young kids can sit and play Grand Theft Auto? Here, let's have a look at a few things that you can do on Grand Theft Auto at 7 in the morning. What's the matter with you?" And personally, I would like to sit down with these journalists and say, guys, do a little bit of research, yeah? Have a little bit of, put a little bit of time aside to actually work on a story, and don't just throw up the same bollocks as you wrote. It's like a template now. It annoys me.
It is the same stuff every time. I mean, I don't know if you noticed. Do you remember the case of Damilola Taylor, who's the young kid who was stabbed in London a couple of years back? Young kid, horrible situation. was stabbed to death, left to die basically in a stairwell in a block of flats. And his dad has come out today saying that it was all down basically to violent video games. And it's just like, no, that's just the laziest journalism ever.
Parenting of those kids, nothing to do with the fact that they were failing school and doing all the other things and they had knives. No, it was due to the fact that they played a bit of, I don't know, Left 4 Dead the night before.
Oh, well, look, I mean, I really could spend...
I don't understand it, and it's poor, lazy journalism.
Unfortunately, we've only got an hour here, but, like, I could speak about this for hours on end, and we really should at some point get one of these reporters on the phone, because I just think it's embarrassing, if I'm quite honest. Anyway, cheers for your call, Gary. We're going to move on.
To the special on that one.
All right, cheers, mate. Take care. It's an important point, but you know, you don't really want to dwell on it too much because, you know, it is such a serious point.
This is true, man. I mean, there's without wishing to sort of continue it for too long, on the night of the BAFTA Game Awards it was Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday, I was listening to 5 Live, and they had people there at the awards. They were talking to Jonathan Ross, they were talking to Danny Wallace, and the presenter, who normally I like, who I think is Richard Bacon. He was basically being incredibly dismissive of this massive industry, just putting it down as, you know, it's all either just completely childishness or violent video games that children are playing. It's like, no.
Anyway, come on, Mike. Let's try and cheer ourselves up, yeah?
Let's lighten the mood.
I really think there's only one man that can do this for us. It's my dad reviewing Street Fighter 4. So I'm here with the man, the legend, John Turners, aka my dad. We're going to be reviewing... What game are we going to be reviewing today, Dad?
Street Fighter... What was it? What number this time is it?
Street Fighter 4. Okay, but before we do that, a few of the Joypod fans have got together. They've got a few questions for you.
Oh, yeah, go on, carry on.
This one's from JCA Farley. What would you do to improve FIFA?
Well, for a start, I'll get the "No One Likes Us" chant on the Millwall team for a start. And then I'll get rid of that offside rule's a bit dodgy, you know.
But no, that's changing the game of... You can't just change the game of football, surely.
What do you mean? I'm changing the game of FIFA. The offside rule that they play there is so critical. How can you be offside in your own half, for a start?
Okay, Paul Price says, are you proud of your son? Really?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm proud of him.
Which one, me or Michael?
No, I'm proud of you both. All my kids I'm proud of. And where's that 20 quid?
Even after the whole, you know, when I got the whole forum to Photoshop your image onto different people's bodies and gave it to you for Christmas and then posted that video up on YouTube, you even proud of me after that?
Well, the roll mops, yeah. How they go? They still going, are they?
Oh, there'll be T-shirts with that on at some point. Onion2K says, was Mum any good in bed?
Is he asking me or you?
I think he's asking if his mum was any good in bed. Because I can only assume that. He says, David Turner's, was Mum good any... So, did you sleep with Onion's mum?
I would have known, wouldn't I?
Why is that?
The smell of onions, yeah. It'd been fried onions time I finished.
So, the game you're reviewing for us today is Street Fighter 4. Now, we've just been playing it. What did you make? What were your initial thoughts?
I thought, not another one. When did the first Street Fighter come out?
As time in the 80s, I think.
Time of the 80s, yeah. And they just got to the fourth one?
Well, yeah, but there was also, like, there was Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Turbo Alpha Remix.
Yeah. And they're all the bloody same.
Well...
You can't argue, they're all the same. Press a button, guess this, boom, 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 legs up, feet down. They're all the same. There's no difference to the old... Oh, it's a joke. And what did you say when we first played it?
I can't remember.
What do I do, Dave? I'll just press that and see how you get on. I knocked you out 5 bloody times.
No, hold on, right, okay, we played this a little while ago. You were, Sagat, I was Ken, and, you knocked me out. You knocked me out twice and you won the game. I was humiliated, but you played well. But then, well, shouldn't you think, well, alright, I'm half decent at this, I might give it a go.
There's no point, is there, really? It's the same as Street Fighter, the first one.
It's not, is it? It's clearly not.
I personally can't see any difference.
Well, you can't see how the graphics are different, how they're now in 3D, for Christ's sake.
Big deal. I'm talking about the gameplay.
So, what would you do? How about this? What would you do to improve Street Fighter? As a franchise, Street Fighter 5, they turn around, they give us a call, they give me a call on my mobile. Hello, is that Elmo from Joypod? Oh, brilliant, Capcom. Yeah, we want to speak to your dad. Oh, Dad, here's the phone. Oh, I can't come, boy. I'm on the toilet. Well, hurry up, because it's Capcom. They're quite important. Well, hold on. I'm just finishing up. All right, Dad. Go, wash your hands. All right, I've washed my hands.
Have I pulled the chain?
Dad, you pulled the chain. Dad, right, Capcom on the phone. They want to know. They're bringing out Street Fighter 5. They heard that you thought it was the same all the way through the series. They want you to tell them where to change it. Well, where do you change it?
I'll just say, go back to the drawing board, mate, and think of something totally different. Because what they're doing, I'll suss this lot out. They bring that first one out in the 80s, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing it. They're watching, like, every 5 years, 6 years, they're getting a different generation, and a different generation think, oh, this game's great. But it ain't. It's the same as the first one.
Yeah, but if everyone's thinking it's great, then where's the problem?
Because they're on number 4. I mean, 5-6 years ago, probably been number 3, and there'd be another lot that's just come into gaming that's picked it up and said, "Oh, this is great," and then changed it.
It's a whole new generation getting into this Street Fighter franchise. That's brilliant.
It's a bleating con. That's what I'm saying. It's the same as the first one.
So out of 10,
hold on a minute. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's like music, isn't it? You get, or film maybe. You get critics saying it's a lot of old crap, but you might sit down and think, oh, let's enjoy it.
Yeah, but what people want to know is your view on it. So out of 10, what would you give Street Fighter 4?
I'll give you a 5. Just for the ingenious sales pitch that they bring it out every so often for a new gamer.
So 5 because it's a good con?
Yes.
Well, thanks very much. Back to the studio. Edge, eat your heart out. Hello, line 2.
Hello?
Oh my God!
Hello, we've got someone on line 2. Are you there?
Yes?
Who's this?
It doesn't matter. I've got a gaming-related injury.
Oh, excellent.
Well, it's not really gaming. It's I got my penis caught in my zip.
Oh dear. Well, it's... I'm afraid
it's all gone wrong.
Specifically gaming-related injuries. 01243 55 60 60. Skype is play.radio.uk. And you can also email us, studio@playradiouk.com.
Good stuff. All right, can I just say, right, your dad's saying the whole, oh, bloody hell, 6 years since Street Fighter 3 came out and 6 years before that. It's just a big con. And your dad bloody loves the FIFA, which is just updated.
I did mention that. I actually cut out a bit where I just said, what about FIFA? But I thought, I love FIFA. Hello, line 1.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, line 1. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you, geeks in your world of geekdom?
I feel geeky. I feel pretty geeky.
I feel pretty geeky. I'm reveling it like a big hippo.
Like a big hippie. What can we do for you, line 1?
Yes, but basically, I have a problem which I hope you can help me with. I am an owner of a DS, like many millions of people, according to Nintendo's press office.
100 million?
100 million, yeah.
Even better. And as you know, the cartridges are small, fiddly little things.
They are.
And I have a habit of taking one cartridge out, putting it down, leaving it around the house, etc. Now, unfortunately, I've got kids who will pick up the cartridges, flush them down the toilet, trade them at school, eat them, that sort of thing.
Cool.
And I heard there is some sort of product which acts as a hard drive which you can get for your DS, which would solve my problem, as I could just keep this hard drive away from kids and keep it in my DS all the time, and that would be wonderful.
Yeah, what you're talking about is an R4 card. Technically, they're legal. You can get them on Amazon.co.uk. And what they are, they're these little shaped, DS cards, and they've got an SD slot at the top. However, downloading retail games and adding to them is illegal. But
unless you own them.
What
you could do, right, is buy the game legally, keep it in its box and put it on a very high shelf so your kids can't get anywhere near it, and then download the ROM for it. There you go. All problems solved.
Or, get in your car, drive to, let's say Chichester, and then start a new life.
As did you have any suggestions what I could start a new life as?
Ninja.
Take Yvonne's route. I hear that's pretty impressive.
So, sorry, take
Yvonne's route. That's meant to be, the way to go these days in the 2000s, in the noughties.
Oh, as in you get the opera knife, snip, 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 carve a hole, and go from there.
That's the one. Enjoy that. Thanks for calling.
Become a lady.
I'll give it a minute.
I've got a few more gaming-related injuries, sir.
Well, I'll tell you what. We'll listen to them straight after the break.
Go on, then.
Bye.
PlayRadioUK.com, part of the Something Corporation.
Here she is, my sexy new MP4 player from City-Sales. The latest technology giving me music and video wherever I go, in a range of stunning colors, all for just £60. And here are her matching speakers. Gorgeous! Plus picture keyrings, audio-visual baby monitors. Oh, she's so cute. And the baby's kind of nice, too. The hottest audio-visual equipment straight to your door. Just visit city-sales.co.uk. City-Sales. Looking good. Sounding great.
Play Talk UK. Joypod.
That's right, 01243 55 60 60. We've just got a little over a quarter of an hour left of the show, so get your calls in now. Play.radio.uk, you can email all that crap. We've had a Skype in from Chris Reardon. He says, great show, lads. Sadly, I gave up... Chris Rea has sent us a message. He is on the road to hell. Ain't no stopping him. He says, sadly, he gave up computer games after Pac-Man. Well, get back involved, brother. Now's the time to do it. Gaming is cheap at the moment. Get yourself a 360 and buy Gears of War 2, and then ring us up
play Pac-Man Championship Edition.
Yeah, get Pac-Man Championship. You get yourself an arcade, which is, what, £100 now, and you get Pac-Man Championship Edition free with it. It's where the party's at.
Your childhood. It'd be brilliant.
Chris Rea, of course, from the podcast show here on Play Talk UK. So, Michael.
Yes?
I want you to come up with a new award. Have we had any twits, or
We've
do
had
you
a
want to come
couple
up with
people,
your own?
a few nominations for the worst games ever. Mr. Hendo got back to me and said not only did he buy the Cheggers game, he also bought Kane and Lynch.
Oh no! What did he? He had a plaster on his face.
That's a very, very, very silly man. We've also had several nominations for Sonic Unleashed, which is, to be honest, completely unplayable, slow, boring crap. Let's have a look. What else have we got here? Oh, I'd like to put another category up, if possible.
You go for it.
I might, if this succeeds, I might
trying to plug your own topic.
Some more next week. We don't know. I would like to get some nominations for most self-important person in the gaming industry.
Oh, what? Like
there's an awful
Jade
bloody
Raymond.
lot of them out there. Both yourself and I are not allowed to be nominated for this because, well, to be honest, we're not self-important.
And we're not in the gaming industry, so that's...
There is that as well.
Don't try and kid yourself, Mike. We're not...
Check it out. Check it out in the industry, man. Now, we've got one nomination for that that's just come in already. And that is for... I'm just going to scroll down here. This is very professional. A gentleman called Dennis Dyack. Now, I have no idea who Dennis Dyack is.
You don't know who Dennis Dyack is? Too
Who
human?
is Dennis Dyack?
Too human? The guy that went mental on an internet forum and started slagging everyone off? Homework, Michael. Homework. Right? This is for next week's show. You've got 3 or 4 minutes, and I want you to come up with a little thing about Dennis Dyack and what you've found out about him in a week, yeah?
I could do that now. I could go on Wikipedia. No, I won't go on Wikipedia.
You do that for next week. You do that for next week. We've got someone on line 1. Hello, line 1.
Hello, we're talking about gaming-related injuries.
We are talking about gaming-related injuries. How can we help you with said problem?
It's quite embarrassing, really. My gaming-related injury is to do with when I very first played the very first Street Fighter.
Right. The first one? That was awful.
Oh, that was the one with the pressure-sensitive buttons that you had to whack harder to try and make it work. The harder you hit it, the harder your punch would be on the game.
Well, talking of whacking...
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I basically got quite bad friction burn on my sausage because I found Blanco-Termon.
There we go. So we seem to have opened up at quite a unsexy,
a sexual can of worms.
What is wrong with these people?
Our listenership for perverts and deviants. That's what's wrong with them. Violence.
Well, if you can hear me, caller, I hope your sausage gets better. Have we had any more messages, Mr. Michael?
Yeah, I've got another. This one's from Shepperton. His gaming-related injury, it's not actually his own one. Years back at the Trocadero, my mate fainted after finishing a race on Daytona and smashed his head on a Mortal Kombat cab in the fall. Well done.
Yeah.
And this one's from Paul Barnard. It's a recent one. He's had his thumb rubbed raw by Street Fighter 4. I'm a 31-year-old man, for God's sake, he writes on Twitter. It bled for 2 days as the skin fell off. Oh.
That's disgusting. Maybe we're getting this is a bit too graphic. We got a message here from Kieran Roycroft. He says, on the topic of awards, just wanted to ask if either of you two have voted on the Xbox Live Arcade Awards this year. If so, what games did you vote for? Personally, I voted for Braid and Castle Crushers. In most of the categories. I didn't know there was an award.
Yeah, it's it's not been really massively publicised. Obviously, most of the time when I go on Xbox Live, I just sort of go straight on and let's play games, go. Don't really go looking at awards things, but from what I've read about it, most of the categories are going to go to Braid because it was the biggest Xbox Live game of last year.
Really, because Geometry Wars 2 was pretty damn good, but people seem to overlook that. I spent more time on Geometry Wars 2 than I did Braid. And Braid was good. I mean, it was good.
Braid is amazing.
But Geometry Wars 2 for me, I think.
You just love the simpleness of the arcade and the wonderfulness of the reactions and the dual stick controls, and I'll shut up now.
Hello on the phones, can we help you?
Hello, yes, I've got a gaming-related injury.
What is your gaming-related injury, sir?
The other week...
He's losing it already.
That is the worst attempt trying to make a Gary, is that you? He's hung up.
Gary, is that you?
That is shocking. He's hung up straight away. Line 2.
Bottler.
Hello, on the phones.
Hello, this is Graham Hunter.
Hi, Graham. Michael's
Hello,
Graham.
Graham.
We have. Sorry, if you haven't heard the show before or know of our background, we have a video game legend on the phone, Graham Hunter. Hello, Graham.
I'd like to tell you about a gaming injury.
Okay, tell us about the gaming injury. What's happened to you, Graham?
I was playing Guitar Hero World Tour with Captain Adam and Michael Fox.
Right.
And I was on the drums, and Michael got a head injury when I mistook his shiny head for one of the drum pads.
What? I didn't get a word of that. I'm starting to suspect, Michael, that this isn't Graham Hunter.
Yeah, he doesn't sound as on Mogadon as he normally is.
Graham, say something to prove it's you. Yeah, it's not Graham Hunter. Shocking.
No.
Unbelievable.
Can we ask for more on the Twitter, please, sir? Do you mind?
Go for it.
Okay, award for the most stupid online service. Johnster has nominated PlayStation 3 for having to download stuff and then install stuff. Other gaming-related injuries from Irie, all the way in the United States of the Americas. She got a blister on her pointer finger once because she used to play games on her laptop with the button thingy in the keyboard.
Oh.
So there you go.
Well,
nice.
We've got one from Adam. He says, new award, Alone in the Dark award for the worst thing ever to be called a game. Not a fan of that one, then.
New.
I never played Alone in the Dark.
Quite overrated, I suppose, wasn't it?
Well,
Massively
yeah,
so.
I heard it had some proper aiming issues. Hello on the phones.
Hello, I'm going to try and done my gaming injury without bursting into laughter.
Okay, do this, yeah.
Yes, the other day I was walking through my house naked.
Can't do it, can he? Can't do it. It's absolutely shocking. It's such a shame. Because I know that there's
I've had a message
there.
come through. Hello, Games Master. I'm having a little trouble with Sonic the Hedgehog on the Mega Drive. Can you help?
Press the button.
Press start.
Make Sonic go along and get the rings, ain't it?
That's it. Jump about a bit and be a bit fast. That would do you.
So good luck with that. We've got Oliver on Skype. Are you there?
You're right, Joypod.
You're all right, Oliver. How's it going, brother?
Not bad, thanks.
What can we do for you? Nothing?
I was Sorry, I got my stream on in the background. I was wondering what you guys thought of the Resident Evil 5 DLC. These multiplayer modes that they're charging for.
Right, well, see, the thing is, a lot of people think that when the announcement of a DLC package comes along and coincides with the game coming out, a lot of people think that they've held that back. But generally what's happened is, after the game's been finished off and sent gold, they tend to carry on designing things and coding stuff for the game. So chances are this work was done and not after the game had gone gold and not held back. However, that sort of stuff does wind me up. It doesn't sort of, even understanding, you know, what's going on within the gaming industry, it does kind of piss you off that these companies are making you charge for something that you'd expect to actually be in the game. I don't think there's any real excuse for it. Like, have you played Street Fighter 4?
Yeah, big fan. Well, I like a lot of what Capcom's doing at the moment.
Yeah,
with like Street Fighter and Mad World and stuff.
Well, exactly, and they're doing a similar thing with Street Fighter 4, where you have to pay for extra costumes. I mean, what's that about? A beat-em-up game has always been about unlocking characters and costumes, and you have to pay extra to actually have the costumes. You can't just play the game and unlock them. That is a bit shocking, but
it's kind of tradition, isn't it?
Well, it is tradition now. People are starting to really roll out with this DLC. What's your take on DLC, Mike?
In the right context, it's fantastic. I mean, you're with you saying that, you know, downloadable content available on the day of release.
Yeah.
I mean, with games like Rock Band or Guitar Hero World Tour, you can see that because the game is basically built around downloadable content.
Totally,
but
yeah.
It is, to be honest, it's disgusting, the fact that they're going, right, okay, we've got a versus mode for it now. That's going to cost you, 400 moon points or whatever. And it's bloody annoying, man. You know, finish the game off and then do it properly. Or, if you're going to keep on coding and keep on trying to expand the game, do what they did with Burnout Paradise.
Yeah.
And just put it out, ages and ages later. The people who already bought it, give it to them for free. And for people who haven't bought it, give them an extra version of the game, like the Paradise, what's it called? Paradise Superbox or something like that.
And not only that, like, I hate it when DLC can completely sort of cripple the game, where, like, if you're playing online, if one person has got the DLC and the other person hasn't, like on Halo 3, then neither of you can play it, and that's crap as well. But I think Sony and Microsoft need to crack down on it, and at the moment I think they're being a little bit too, because they're making money out of it as well. I think they're being a little bit too reluctant to sort of crack down on stuff like this. So I'd blame Microsoft and Sony, if I'm totally honest.
You blame humanity.
I blame you.
I blame you.
Stink.
Fight.
Well, anyway, thanks for the call, Oliver.
No worries.
Can
I just plug my website real quick?
Yeah, go for it. What's your website?
scramblепixel.com. We got a podcast and it's pretty cool.
All right, cool. And what's on Scramble Pixel? Is it?
Do you know Sarcastic Gamer?
I do know Sarcastic Gamer.
We got quite a lot of people from their community writing, articles and stuff, and we do a weekly podcast.
All right, cool. I'll check that out when I get home. Definitely. Okay, right. Call us in next week, man. Good to speak to you. All right, wicked. That was Oliver there, and we've got someone.
Thanks, Oliver.
We've got someone on line 1 to contribute. Hello. Hello.
It's Matt Murray.
Oh my God, you've left it late, brother.
I know. I'm listening intently, but I haven't got a gaming injury.
Been a bit serious tonight, hasn't it, mate?
Sorry.
Been a bit serious tonight, hasn't it?
Yeah. There was talk about stabbings and shootings, and I frankly I switched off. I had a bit of a cry, So I'm back now. But no,
have you got a candle on your? No, we can't do that. That's a horrible thing to say.
Don't do that, man.
I was going to say something about candle in the wind, but no. Yeah, no. Well, I got blisters on my hands when I was playing like Crazy Taxi on the Dreamcast because I was obsessed with those crazy box modes. Like the mini games and.
Yeah, I've got to go back. I'm pretty sure I've got a Dreamcast somewhere at my mum and dad's in like the loft or something. I should really go back and play Crazy Taxi. Was that boring? Was it?
Yeah. I've got an award for worst acting. Do you remember like the initial dialogue in Resident Evil 1?
Yeah.
And I believe Chris Redfield says to Jill, don't open that door. And that's basically my favourite line in
it's absolutely I remember when I was because I was quite young when the first Resident Evil come out, and I remember everyone mentioning the dog scene where they jump through the windows as you're walking down the hall. Yeah, that put the shite up me. So
I literally pissed myself.
Literally pissed myself. What did you think of the BAFTAs then? How can they improve it? Quite a serious point. How can they improve the video game BAFTAs for anyone to care?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Elmo, because I was there. And I've done an hour and a half of that video.
Yeah.
I haven't.
Yeah.
No, well, in all seriousness, I don't know. I mean, I listened to 5 Live as well as Michael. We were together in bed, listening to that, sorry. And I think Jonathan Ross said that the issue is that there aren't really any celebrities in the gaming world, so televising it isn't going to work.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What they need to stop doing, what really pisses me off...
on Xbox Live.
Oh.
Hello?
What really pisses me off is when they go up to celebrities and they get the celebrities to say, hey, yeah, I like playing video games, so, I played all that. I played...
I love Mario.
Could you imagine if that was to happen on the normal BAFTAs, for someone to come along and go, yeah, I've seen a film. Oh, I love that Shawshank. I love
Television's
all
right, isn't it? It's quite good.
Yeah, oh, Jesus, have you heard that music, eh? How about that music?
I shot at Zoom.
So, I think they've got to sort that side out of it. That the actual talk about video games has to actually represent the gaming community, and not just a celebrity going, oh, how about those Pac-Mans?
Yeah.
How about those Pac-Mans? I like that Tomb Raider. She's got...
Lara Croft welfare, isn't she?
It's pathetic. It really pisses me off.
Because she's not fit.
And it's a shame because I genuinely think Jonathan Ross is into gaming. And it wasn't him that was going down the route of that. It was the two guys. The guy from Hollyoaks interviewing him.
Who?
The guy from It was that bloke from Hollyoaks that no one likes, wasn't it?
Oh, I didn't watch it.
Anyway, cheers for your call, Matt. We've got to wrap up now. Bye. Thanks for calling. Okay, so I'm not here next week.
Yeah, it's me in control, which is going to be interesting.
Michael will be in the studio, and we've got an extra special guest.
We've got a couple of extra special guests, but I'm not going to say who they are till next week. So there you go.
Fiona, do you want to get on mic a minute? She was just flashing the lights as if to say, get out my studio.
No, I wasn't.
You were just flashing the lights.
I don't like all these lights. I don't like all the lights on, so I was just turning some off, and then they all went off.
It was like, when
bright for me.
when a bus gets to the end of its route and it turns its lights off and on to get people out of the bus. That's what it was like.
Or in pubs and restaurants and things, they do that, don't they?
No, well, we just get big greasy blokes come and steal our pints and say, get out!
That's what you get living in South London.
Time ladies, please. Yeah, a lot of people have said that to me before. Okay, well, next up is Girls, Girls, Girls. Thanks for listening. Go to thisisjoypod.com for more information, and we'll catch you, you'll catch them next week.
Certainly will. Thank you very much for listening, and stay tuned for Girls, Girls, Girls.
Michael,
Thank you very much.
Bye. Just say no for as long as you can.
No.
No, for as long as you can.
No.